In nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sanctus. Morning after morning for 6 years, I was jolted out of bed at 6 a.m. only to hear those Latin phrases, Domine Patri Sanctus. I still have no idea what most of it meant. That was the unholy residential school. Us kids call it the mission. But the town folks called us Mission Canaries. She was a scrawny little Dene girl. That's how I remember Martha. She was timid and quiet, rather mousy in appearance. Her unruly black hair always unkempt. Most days her fine frizzy hair flew in every direction. She was 7 then. Martha wasn't your average Dene kid. Intense black piercing eyes is what made her so different from the rest of us. They were bottomless and black, so annoying. But oh, she was so mysterious. Martha never smiled. Martha's bed was placed at the very southern end of the dorm, adjacent to the washroom. She was placed there because she wet her bed every night. I watched this little Dene kid every morning, how quickly she would meet her fate. Obediently, she falls and prostrates next to her little metal bed, shivering from the cold blast of morning air. Her soiled pajamas cling tightly to her wiry body. We got to pray to God for forgiveness first. Martha's fate comes next. We are lined up to witness one of the numerous charades of justice conducted by the Grey Nuns. I was told in catechism class that Jesus Christ died for our sins. Martha, she died for those nuns' sins. I was told in catechism class Jesus Christ was prayed in front of his people. Martha, that little Dene girl, was prayed in front of her own people. I was told in catechism class Jesus Christ carried his cross to his death. Martha, that little Dene girl, carried her smelly sheets to a dark place. Her black, piercing eyes showed her sorrow. Her tiny feet bore witness to the burden she carried, moving slowly, some girls mocking her, jeering at her. She relentlessly continues as though she was climbing a mountain. Shivering, her small, fragile body lurches forward. No sound escapes her blue-colored lips. Her deep black eyes search for support. Only eyes of fear and pity dare meet hers. Who would want to trade places with her? Who would want to be implicated? Who is brave enough to rescue Martha? No one. Her wet sheets drag behind her, leaving long marks on the cold, sterile floor and forever in my soul. For years I watched her helplessly. Sometimes I saw her black eyes weeping, but no tears ever came. Those eyes still haunt me when I think of Martha. A lump forms in my throat and I'm flooded with a mixture of pain and guilt. And it still weighs heavily on my shoulders. But what could I do? I was only a child. That was Martha, that little Dene girl who never smiled. Alone in the moonlight by the banks of the Athabasca River, I think of Martha. Somehow us Mission Canaries developed a kindred spirit during a traumatic time. But yet we never developed a friendship. Somehow we lived trying to forget the horror and live our tragic lives. Some made it while others never made it. Just like Martha. You see Martha? She's gone. She had done herself in. She killed herself. I say to the pale moonlight, expecting an answer, "Where are you, Martha?" I say to the moon, "I tell you, Martha, I pissed my bed too. I never told anyone. I was never brave like you."